2001 was a strange time for Transformers fans. Coming off of the success of Beast Wars and its sequel Beast Machines, Hasbro was gearing up for the third part in the Beast trilogy. Titled Transformers Transtech, it likely would have continued the storyline on a newly techno-organic Cybertron in CGI animation, and initial designs were made for a toy line that played off the organic and mechanical hybrid idea in aesthetics that were unique compared to previous Transformers designs. The characters transformed into Cybertronic vehicles that in many cases had animal-like features or deco. Cheetor, for example, was a Cybertronic race car with a cheetah-like paint job, and Prime, confusingly invoking Optimus Primal, was a truck whose front end looked like an ape's face. Designs were done by Draxall Jump and had somewhat less traditional robot modes. Cheetor had large hoop wheels for shoulders and feet, for instance, and they didn't always resemble older versions of the character very closely. The overall aesthetic was somewhere between Beast Machine's odder moments and the 2007 movie designs. Many of these designs were first shown at BotCon 2002, apparently without Hasbro's permission, as they were pulled from the booth halfway through the show and subsequently made available online. Unfortunately, Transtech was cancelled in the 11th hour. Reasons for the cancellation remain unknown for certain, though over the years a number of possible reasons have been speculated, among them negative fan reaction to Beast Machines, conflict with Mainframe, the animators, economic difficulties due to poor performance by other Hasbro toy lines at the time, notably the significant underperformance of the first Star Wars prequel, differences with Takara, or simply a desire to go in a new direction. The most likely explanation is not a singular culprit, but a number of corresponding ones, perhaps culminating in the closing of Hasbro's Cincinnati offices and departures of staff, followed by the subsequent relocation to Hasbro's central offices in Rhode Island. With the cancellation of Transtech, Hasbro was scrambling for a new Transformers series to air on television in 2001. Armada was their next big project, but unfortunately for Hasbro, it wouldn't be ready until mid-2002. In the meantime, there was a certain Transformers series that was ready. Car Robots premiered in Japan in 2000 and was the first dubbed Transformers show ever broadcast for a US audience. English dubs of Japan-exclusive G1 cartoons like the Headmasters were produced in Asia for markets like Malaysia, but those dubs never aired in the US because they were really bad. Hasbro, however, seemed to not really care for the name Car Robots. It's not bad by any means, but it would seem a little odd to US audiences, I guess, and thus renamed the show Robots in Disguise. No, not that one. Robots in Disguise was produced and dubbed by Saban Entertainment and aired from September 2001 to March 2002. It was something of a return to roots for Transformers fiction, in the sense that many characters transformed into realistic, modern Earth vehicles instead of animals or abstract futuristic vehicles, as was standard in the Beast era. It also marked the return of the Autobot faction and Sigil for the good guys. The villains were initially called Predacons as they are in Beast Wars, but the Decepticons were later added as a subgroup. The show makes a contrast between the bumbling antics of the Predacons and the professional, sinister Decepticons. Most of the voice actors in the series were veterans of other Saban properties, basically everyone from Digimon, but had never worked on a Transformers series before. Michael McConaughey, one of the series' voice directors and the voice of Hotshot in the series, had voiced Cosmos and Trax in G1. All 39 episodes were scheduled to run during the afternoon Fox Kids programming block on the Fox television network. The third episode, Bullet Train to the Rescue, was scheduled to air on September 11, 2001, but was not aired in most areas because of the terrorist attacks in America that day. Later episodes were edited to remove scenes that might be considered too soon for viewers, such as buildings being blown up. For all its action-packed adventures, there was an equal amount of emphasis on gags and humor. For all its emphasis on standout characterization, the plot could at times be equally as stupid and kiddie. Omega Prime powering his Matrix Blade with the happiness of children, for example. Disney is now believed, presuming their license has been expired, to own the cartoon through their acquisition of Saban. DVDs for this show are only available in the UK, much to the annoyance of all of us United States fans. My plan is to review all 39 episodes of Robots in Disguise and see how it stands, both as a Transformers series and as a show in general. I've only seen the show through once in its entirety, so this might be a bit of an interesting ride. It's also the 15th anniversary of the series, so I figured that would be a good reason to do it as well. I hope you guys have fun on your journey with me through Transformers Robots in Disguise. It's a series that's not really talked about very much from the Transformers fandom, which I find really sad as it's a great, fun series and I think it needs more attention that it's sadly never gotten.